Welcome once again to Beyond the Bar Top.
Hello, hello. Yes, we're here.
Have some fun questions for you again this week.
Uh,
It's
I
uh,
don't like it when you say fun. I don't trust it to be fun. It
it's
usually is.
subjective. It's subjective, brother.
All right, talk to me.
Uh, it's going to range all the way from missing stuff to towels and other fun linen found around the hotel room.
Oh, so it's basically housekeeping horror stories. That's
Yeah,
what you want to say.
Um, it's going to swing in that direction.
Okay, okay. Let's get on with it. Ask me.
So,
Ask me to remember all the traumatizing shit.
and you're going to relive this. This is the reason we're doing this podcast. It's PTSD every week.
Yeah.
Uh, so, let's say, for example, a towel. Yeah, bar towel that is in a hotel room.
Yeah, of
Could
course.
you know where this is going?
I would know. I think so. Yeah.
If a bar towel could speak, what would you hear from them at the end of a guest checking out?
Kill me now. Is that no? Is it still inanimate or is it like?
Cool, cool. That's the end of the episode, guys. Got our data.
No, no. Okay, let me elaborate on that. I believe. Okay, let me start with this speech. I believe that the bath towel is by far the most abused piece of what do you want to call it, equipment or
Just
linen.
hotel equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the most abused object there is in a hotel, and I know we can definitely get into why and how, but that's where I start off with. Like, I'm almost in tears of how sad I feel for some towels. Like, if like people normally say this shit that if you ever do bad karma, you'll be reincarnated as a bug or a snake or a I don't know poop eating animal. I don't know. But I say if you truly want to curse somebody, say in your next life you're going to be reincarnated as a hotel towel. That's some bad karma right there. That's some shit.
Imagine getting reincarnated as a towel.
Yeah, man.
But
That's
I mean, let's break it down a little. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
So it starts its life on a rack. Very straightforward.
Somewhere, yeah.
But
With hopes and aspirations.
yeah, hopes and aspirations that someone will use me for my rightful purposes. But then it gets taken to the poolside, uh, gets gets returned to the room, and it's used as a floor mat instead.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, that's true. That is true.
But what could go worse than that?
What could go? What could not go worse than that? Let me start you off with okay. First and foremost, let's go with the easier one. Like you mentioned, you start off as a face towel and somehow end up cleaning feet. All right, you step right outside over there. And second, I think is a little identity problem sometimes the towel has to face, where people think you can use it like a tissue. So it's not supposed to, wipe things solid, right? It's not supposed to be used as a duster. It's not supposed to be used as a pillow sometimes as well. Uh, because mind you, shit, people are wiping faces with this. But the truly horrific part would be that is this idea that it absorbs liquid. So it should technically be used for any liquid on this planet called Earth, which is wrong. Okay, if the towel could walk and talk, probably take these motherfuckers to court. So this is different kind of abuse.
So
But yeah, no,
the
that's
the,
what
the
I think.
reason I wanted you to point out these things is because this is still the nicer bits, right? Because if I had to give one pro tip to anybody who loves
Oh yeah,
frequenting, doing the staycations and all of that, is carry your own towel. Carry the one that truly, wholly, solely belongs to you from the comfort of your house. It might sound like an odd thing to carry along with your clothes, but you should always carry your own towel.
no, no, I think that's something you taught me itself. Like take your own towel, and I never truly. I'm like I'm going to a five-star hotel, right? they probably have clean towels and they probably have a very thorough cleaning method. But how much? How truly clean can an object be? Yeah, that's the question. Right? Because, like, sometimes they take you to this, like, they take you to this clean room, and now there's, but if you put a black light in there, you're scared. And I'm like, if you put a black light on a towel, what do you think it's gonna be showing? Because how much bleach can you really throw in that shit?
You're going to burn it at that point.
Yeah,
Bleach isn't going to cut it.
exactly.
But
So your advice on that one, I still take through. I take my own towel,
see,
and after what I've seen, makes sense.
see, again, the only reason I keep saying that is, yeah, if you go to see hygiene standards in any hotel or five-star, you're never really going to be satisfied. You're never going to have the same hygiene levels that you probably do at home, right? When it comes to your food, your restaurants, you name it. Because again, it's still a shared space. You are paying for only so much space that is your room, but the rest of it is still a shared space. But the one exception that you cannot make on is a fucking towel, bro. For the simple reason, again, this is reliving PTSD, is because during internship, okay, and this was again, can't name the hotel because don't want to get into troubles.
Yeah.
But remember that imaginary gateway?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one that
the one
has
opposite that. Yeah.
toothpaste on it. Oh, that's Colgate. Okay, fine, same shit.
So I always notice that the housekeeping guys will always close the bathroom when they're cleaning it inside. Keep in
Maybe
mind,
taking a shit themselves.
no, because even as per their SOP, they are supposed to keep the door ajar, which they never did.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
They would clean the room in like, say, 7 to 10 minutes. It's brand new. There's not a single drop of water around. It's as good as new to use, like the way you present it when you're checking into a hotel,
Yeah.
checking into a room rather. That's because all your face towels, all your bath towels, all your hand towels, almost all five stars use these Turkish ones, the ones that absorb water like that.
I there's
So
different forms of linen now for
yeah,
that, but I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
exactly. So they would always do their regular process of cleaning the commode, the bathtub, and all of that. After which, to ensure that the water is completely dried off.
Rightfully so. Oh. But wait, you mean on all surfaces they're using the same towel?
So it went from your face to a sink to a commode to a bathtub, and then obviously into the laundry chute, obviously. But
Yeah.
that's the process the entire towel goes through.
No, because my head went to there's probably already piss on that towel, and you just wiped the mirror with it, and
This
the
is just
toilet's
one of
clean.
the body fluids you should be concerned about.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
yeah, no,
the towel's been places, man, and it's not just your face. Uh, so yeah, quite a sarojanic towel, not just a face towel.
I need to go and do laundry right now, only for my towel.
Only for towels.
So let's take on the next one. All right. Well, skipping past what we were previously discussing,
Hmm.
I did want to talk about lost and found. Right? See how different our topics are. You want to talk about some really crappy stuff with the towel shit. I like to discuss lost
I'm
and
just
found.
trying to sell this as good as I can and creep out people as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, creeping out people, yeah, but no. I mean, lost and found is pretty simple as it is, but I want to truly discuss the bazaar side of
Hmm.
things. I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody has the standard ones, right? You forget your phone chargers, which I think is by far the most forgotten item there is. And I want to know your story of which is the truly the one that stands out. So yeah.
I have one. It's not bizarre. It's just the valuation of the product was bizarre. Is
Ooh, same. I have one like that too.
because again, this goes back to internship times, and it's weird because I saw it happen in real time.
Right.
Because let me cut quickly to the story instead, which is housekeeping, a regular day-to-day affair. Guest checks out at 12 or so. Housekeeping goes into, so again, majority of the floors, rooms are vacated at the same time. So I was partnering up with one of the housekeeping seniors, and we're going around prepping rooms for the next check-ins. This guy, quite a senior guy in the company, gets in, does the whole setup, and while vacuuming under the bed, besides the reading table, this not the reading desk, finds a pen, and this wasn't the hotel pen. It was a roller ball pen, but it had like an engraving on the cap.
Ooh.
It looked really fancy, like it
This,
looked custom made. Like it looked so cool where I wanted to take it, but this guy's like, "नहीं मैंने देखा है ये मेरा है." Cool.
I mean, finders keepers.
Yeah, oh, my stipend was 1,250 rupees. I really couldn't wait at that point.
This is way over with it.
I was like, okay, fine. He takes it, and then the day goes on. Nothing happens about it. A day goes by, and then get called into. So they have this morning briefings with all the housekeepers on the floor, and they kept asking as to who cleaned this particular room. And so there were three rooms in question, and one of them was the one that I was in.
Uh,
Turns out the guest had misplaced some belongings, and it was not just with the pen. Pen was one of the items that was mentioned.
there's
Yeah,
more than
so
just the
there
pen.
was a pen. There was not a wedding band, but there was like a some sort of a ring, and
Okay.
there was also a card holder. Now, whether there were cards in it or not, I don't know. But these three things were missing. And keep in mind, we didn't see the other two items in the room. It was just this pen. So this guy comes up and he's like, "Yeah, we did find the pen." So he gives the pen.
Okay.
However, this guy gets questioned repeatedly because he's like, if you found the pen, you
Yeah.
very certainly found the other two objects as well.
Uh,
Security got involved. Turns out the guy who misplaced the stuff in the room, he was quite a big deal, quite influential to a point where he was one of the regulars in the hotel. So
mhm.
he directly reached out to the GM and then the information trickled down. This guy got questioned throughout the evening. And I was scared because I was the only other guy in the room with him.
You're the next person on
I
the.
thought, fuck no.
So who was your
Yeah,
accomplice?
exactly. Because like,
Okay.
if this guy says that, you know what, you can check with that intern, he was with me, bro, I'm screwed as well. I'm anyway having a shit time in college. The last thing I need is my
Yeah.
internship getting fucked.
That on top of that, with an
Yeah,
accusation of stealing a
exactly, like
wedding
stealing
band.
stuff. And I kept
Yeah.
thinking, like, how valuable is this pen anyway? Turns out the whole thing was made of like really precious metals. So
Okay.
that is the
Wow.
reason it was quite an expensive thing.
Okay, give me a number you held the suspense too long. I really want to know how
There was
expensive this
definitely
was.
gold and titanium in it. So it's easily in the 100,000s. Definitely, for sure. Like it was quite a chunky pen, bro. And turned
Oh,
out it was some ancestral property. So that's the reason it was quite
I see. I mean, pens can reach that valuation.
invaluable kind of thing. But
Mhm.
this went on for 2 days. They did call me and ask me questions, but I was let go in like 10-15 minutes because they were like, clearly,
He doesn't know what he's doing here.
clearly you're just killing time. So I got released in like 10-15 minutes, but this guy got questioned for 2 days. Got like he had reached his peak. He resigned
Yeah. Mm.
on this.
I mean, maybe he did find the
So,
wedding band.
so that is my thing. I'm like, maybe this guy actually did steal the card holder
Mm.
and that ring. It's just that when I met him or when I saw him, it was just a pen.
Yeah.
And this
Mm.
was a discussion
Possibly.
for the longest time because he was one of the senior guys in the company, been around for a really long time.
Yeah. He probably knows how to fit a ring up
And
there.
everyone's like,
Wink, wink.
they kept thinking,
Mm.
"अरे वो सर तो कभी नहीं करेंगे ऐसे वो क्यों चोरी करेंगे."
Yeah, because 15 years of working and he got no fucking gratuity or
15 into
gratitude.
it was 30
So,
years in the company. He was one of the old guys, like Gandalf kinds.
God damn. He was there when the first brick was laid, I guess. Those guys.
But
Yeah, there are people as
yeah, so I'm not saying people don't take stuff. It is just that he got questioned against his morals and like
true.
work ethic and all of
I mean,
that
that's
because he had a really
exact. And after giving 30 years of loyalty, you get questioned on your integrity. That's just.
so.
I mean, I understand that.
And then obviously, but then turns out they tried to revoke that decision, but he didn't come back. So he
Hmm.
was
I
quite a
mean,
topic of concern and discussion for the longest.
was the ring ever found, sir?
No, the ring and the card holder. I don't know what was the whole thing about the card holder. I'm assuming even that shit was made of gold.
Maybe Gandalf gave it to Frodo, aka his son.
Satara. I
Sorry.
don't know.
Oh,
But
okay.
that was
Well,
one of
okay.
those lost and
Okay.
found things that I remember.
Well, I mean, a high value object, definitely I can understand. I mean, again, people leave toys,
Hmm.
stuffed toys. I have seen a stuffed toy priced well over maybe like
Ah,
$100, $200. Stuffed toy. And these guys have traveled halfway across the world and still said, no, we need that specific giraffe to be packaged and sent. And we're like, okay, we'll send it out. No problem. Seen all the bits of it. And I mean, you can't really go. I mean, how far bazaar? You found bulletin casings, you find a lot of these things. Still not as bazaar. For me, most confounded one. A woman checks out, all right, on her way to the airport. I think with her partner, but I heard the story from the lost and
okay.
found team. So whatever. Checks out, goes across through, and says, "I forgot my lingerie." So there's a panty that's forgotten in there. I need housekeeping to check it. Now, grace by God, she just left and everything. So, it's not difficult to find it if it's there in the
Yeah.
suite or room, wherever. And housekeeping does find it. And they're like, okay, yeah, ma'am, we have it across the. But the whole heightened point was this woman was very keen on finding this underwear and expressed a sense of urgency like she lost her newborn baby. All right.
Okay.
Now we understand she said it's a gift from her partner, husband, whatever it may be, and we get it's maybe sentimental value. Who was I wrong? Okay. I have seen rings get misplaced, jewelry. I have seen money, like a stack of money, been noted down in the lost and found, like 500 something, whatever, million bucks, I don't know, whatever, like a decent
Right.
amount. But somebody being this panicked for underwear, I'm like, bitch, just, you mean it's underwear? If I forget underwear, I misplace underwear all the time. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll buy a new one. Yeah, turns out this underwear is decored with jewels, right? So it got rubies and diamonds and stuff on it. The threading is based out in gold of some sort. I saw a picture of it. Sexy as fuck. Not
While she
gonna
had
lie.
it on?
I mean, no, no, no. Once they found it, it was in a bag. But anyway, I got to like look at it, and I'm like, that must be fake. Like put a Swarovski on it, and something from the Temu market, whatever. Yet turns out it is. So let's say it's in conversion. I think easily above $15,000 for
For a
an
bejeweled
underwear.
underwear.
Mind. Yep. And that's my problem. When we say visual, we're thinking like some random fucking studs. No. Every one of those stones was real. And I told myself, I said, somebody had this on their genitals. That's probably somebody's life investment right there. Okay, somebody's house probably costs that much in some part of the world. And somebody's using this as underwear to hold in your tampon. Again, I've seen expensive shit, but this one was like, and like the security team had to note down everything. And we said, so she's like, can you all parcel it to me? Mm-mm-mm. Can't do that because it is too valuable to be
Exactly,
parceled out to.
the
So
custom
we
concern.
actually, Yeah, no, we actually had a concierge guy take a flight, fly out, give it, and then come back out.
Th-
It
Wait,
was
he flew out
yeah,
with the lingerie,
yeah,
and at
yep.
no point did customs ask him, "Why do you have an underwear with jewels on it?"
That's a good point. I don't know, but then they got through. Obviously, I think it was packed and packaged in such a way, but so it was not like he's roaming with it in his hand, like, hey, look what I scored in the bathroom. Like, no, but yeah. So got him checked in, went in, delivered it by hand to the guest, and came back. And I said, I don't even want to know what the rest of her underwears cost. Okay, because this was a gift that too. But I have a technical question.
Was that?
All right. I mean, not every lost and found does get claimed.
Yeah.
So my understanding is they have it with you for like a specific time frame, like maybe a year or I don't know, 10 years,
I think it's a year.
and then they gotta like give it to some government agency, and then the government agency auctions that out, something like that.
Is it? I just thought
I don't know,
hotels
but
auctioned it off.
they do. I mean, that's why I want to know more specifically on your side of the world. What is the process for unclaimed,
You
lost
are
and
on
found
my part of the world.
objects?
So you're on Saturn. What we really do is,
But you know what I mean.
but
Yeah.
I think it's more to do with like holding it for a year, and then they have enough documentation to state that they repeatedly try to reach out to you to return your
Yeah.
product. That is in case if you
Yeah.
claimed it. If it just went unclaimed, it just remains there. Oh, and then I think a year later they just either discard it if it is supposed to be, or if it's, or they just auction it off, right, to the staff or crew or whoever.
I
Because
mean, you can't really
I'm
auction.
assuming, see, like in scenario of a in an airport, if you lose something, that's auctioned off.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you know, that storage
But I
war
don't know what is the duration for
thing.
it. Is
Yeah.
it a year or 5 years or something? Because it's not like they're going to hold on for a
Unclaimed
lifetime.
day. No, but it's. I think it's a good amount of time because they can't. And I'm now I'm beginning to think, what if like okay, maybe they do scan it. I had a weird thought. I'm like, what if there's drugs in it? And they're like, oh, lucky winner, $10. Here you go. You won this auction. Here's your bag of 1,500 million worth of cocaine in it. I don't know.
Yeah, but then
It's
if someone's
imaginative, but
losing,
I think it's
if
scanned.
someone's losing
They
cocaine,
scanned it.
you're stupid. Okay.
When nobody really would, if you do lose it for whatever reason, so you wouldn't rush to
Yeah,
leave
but then again,
and you
drugs and
forgot it.
stuff.
Nobody's going to come back and claim it. Hey, that's my bag.
Actually, my friends, I just gave it to him on the day out.
Yeah, but that's the way.
Yeah, but stuff like drugs and all those other substances are obviously reported immediately to authorities. But everything else, like,
But you're not allowed to open the bag, right? You can't really just go
of course, you're going to check
rummaging
into the
through.
valuables. No, like, what is it? No, I
I
think
mean,
ideal
if
protocol,
it's like an X-ray
at least on a
machine,
ship,
that's
they would
okay.
check.
On the ship, maybe yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
safety, right?
exactly.
But I think you run through an X-ray machine and
Yeah, yeah,
then
security
you
under
know.
proper surveillance cameras, they would like open baggages and check. But I think if
All right.
it's electronics or something, you just auction it off. Like if you do an auction in 2025 and
Oh,
you find like an iPhone 10 in it, you don't even want it anymore.
well, let's wrap that
Yeah,
one
let's
up.
do.
And yeah, I mean, what is the most bizarre thing that you probably found out or
Or
left
left behind. Yeah,
maybe in the hotel?
that's more apt.
Let us know in the comments. Yeah, let us know in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Indeed.